Yeah. All right. Give y'all time to get in. Tag friend. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm coming. Oh, come on in. We in here. We going in a little bit tonight. Final thoughts on poison in your system and announcements of things that are happening with the EFI and around the world for that matter. So I solicit your patience. I'm coming. And certainly we are looking forward to tonight with you. Tag a friend, bring them in as we prepare to continue on with our different topics and moving forward. Certainly, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in here tonight. All right. I see you coming in. Otherwise, good to see you coming in. I'm trying to get this thing straightened out here. Good to see Bishop Apostle Matthews. Good to see you, my friend, brother. Certainly it's a privilege to have you online tonight. A real true friend and a real true brother. You are indeed. I'm out. I'm out tonight. Away from that old hospital. Let me put on my eyeballs so I can help see. All right, let's see. All right, giving time for these other ones to get in, and we can definitely get into this topic. You coming in? Oh Lord, you can't come on with me tonight. Oh Lord, I hear you. You're limited. Well, I tell you what, Saturday morning I'll be on another topic. Come on with me then, Apostle Matthew. Come on with me. Come on in. Good evening to you too, Elder Wise. We got Bishop Apostle-elect Howard on tonight. Yeah. All right, they coming in. Y'all coming in. I'm waiting on a little bit more time to get them in. Certainly it's Thursday, and we want to certainly we want to have you involved. Yes. Lady Matthews is on here. Certainly good to see you on here tonight as also good friend. All right. Oh, the prophet is on here. Prophet Speed has made her way on here. Yeah. Good to see y'all. Angela Phillips, Chicago, has done made her arrival. Good to see you on here tonight. Give it a few more minutes and they're coming in. And we're going to move to the topic and move. Oh, shuck it now. Look like my girl done made it on here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. She on here. Yes, indeed. It's going to be on and pop in just a few minutes here. And, it's going to be on and popping, Melissa, just in a few seconds. All right. I'm getting ready to go in now. All right, let me get on through here. All right. All right, so good to see most of you on here tonight. Certainly is a blessing and a privilege to see you on here tonight, and certainly we're happy, glad that you are here with us, and we want you to enjoy tonight. Sit back and relax, for we're getting ready to go into something. June Smith is what we're getting ready to go into. Good to see you, man. My friend, been my friend for years. It's so good to have you on with us tonight. Certainly, we're going in to give our final thoughts on our poisoning in the systems. We are going to that, but I do want to get into some announcements. Some of you that are on here, we're preparing for the new setup for the fivefold ministry when it comes to the Eagle Eye Fellowship. We're certainly moving into that arena that we can be able to be a blessing to the community in its full effort. Playtime is over, never been in for the church. It's never been playtime, but as of now, God is really showing himself toward the land. And that first plague is not a joke. And I told y'all that the second plague was coming, and it's here. It's on the United States grounds as we speak. They said by time summer hit, it will be tremendously badder than it was when it came in last March. It will be much more worse. And I'm trying to scare y'all. I'm just telling y'all, God has got a way of putting the United States on their knees. We're going to get on our knees if he got to put us on our knees. And certainly, he's getting ready to put us on our needs. Our knees, and that's KNEES. He's getting ready to put us on our knees. So there was a time to get into your tent and close up your doors and put the blood of Jesus over the doorposts of your house. Now is the time more than ever. I said it last year, and I said it last year for last, that it's time that we put the blood of Jesus on our doorposts in our home. This demon just ain't coming out to the parents. It's coming out to everything in the house. I see more marriages going through problems like never before. The enemy is attacking marriages and homes. Just out of nowhere, things are just going haywire in marriages, and a lot of people wanting answers. Why are we going through this type of situation here? Why are we in the middle of this type of situation? Let me tell you, it's the enemy. The enemy sows poison into your home quickly. You that are married, do not take company to people that are outside of your marriage. I'm going to say that again. You that are married, do not take company and listen to words of people outside of your marriage. It will ruin your marriage. They are automatically jealous of you. Number one, you're very happy. You're showing your love. You're getting love, and they're going home to an empty bed, and they're all by themselves and can't seem to get a man no matter how they try to get one. And they will seek out to tear your household up. They will tell you to do something. They will put your family in jeopardy, your household, you in jeopardy. Don't listen to this poison that people have put out. If you can't go to your husband and pray, then step back and watch God do it. Let God put his hands and his stamps on this. You're going to have to learn to trust God, not man. And I'm saying this to a bunch of us that's online, and I'm hoping that you tag and share this with someone. Tag it and share this someone. Every one of you that's on here watching, do not be afraid to tag it and share it. The enemy is out of the home. How can the enemy get in the home except he's strong, bind the strong man? And that's the thing today, that the enemy wants to bind the man of the house. And it's been at this for a long time. It has been proven for a fact that most of the women, especially in my community, the Negro women, we say black, but the black means wicked, terrible. So I'm not black, and if you have a stance on being black, that is your prerogative. But I'm going to say Negro because that's the heritage of which we come from and who we are. We are and the enemy wants to tear up the home. He wants to put the man out somehow. Is the young ladies are fooled to say, okay, well, he ain't doing right, so I'm gonna get rid of him, put him on child support, find another man to bring into the house so he can be a father to her children. First of all, you don't have no children, woman. I know I'm going to get in trouble with a lot of women's on here tonight, and I do not care. It's time for the facts to get back to the table and the opinions to lead. The fact of the matter, the Bible says, you shall bear his seed, his children. Those are his children. It belongs to him. It belongs to him. You are whole on your father's side and half on your mother. I'm going to say that again. You are whole on your mother's side, whole on your father's side, and half on your mother. Most of us have been taught that we are whole on the mother and half on the father. That is not true. The bloodline belongs to the father. It says his seed. It belongs to him, his seed. And so in this hour, the enemy has been rapid and raging in our homes, left and right, especially the Negro male. Some of you, again, will say black male. The male's home and running him out of his home and plot against him, keep him from his children, using him as a payment stall. A lot of them go out and get pregnant by men knowing they don't want to be with them just so they can get some type of revenue and child support out of. And this system that we have a government system here, government system here is promoting it left and right. Now what's happening is the children are being hungered without and left in the dark, and now they're looking for the father, and they're saying, why aren't you there? For what? You done told me, you put me on child support and told me to take care of them. That's all I need to do. The rest of it is left on them. This is what's going on, and this is nothing but division. It was started in slavery, that they would take the young man and put a hood on his head and make him even sleep with his own mama and get her pregnant for stock breeding. This is what you call history. And most of us in the Negro community, we have been put in. The Negro man's been put in jail. He can't win at home. He can't win in jail. He can't win in court. He can't win on the job. We're just in a fix as the Negro man. And now they're promoting the Negro woman more than they're promoting the Negro man, because anytime, and I'm putting this out here, and I don't care who don't like it. You don't like it, beat it. Find somewhere else to be. But they're promoting you, woman, into danger, because they're telling you you can rule. I've heard this several times, and I've corrected in several places where they've said that the woman is the backbone in a Negro man's house, black man's house, as y'all would say. I use the word Negro. Do not be offended. But they're saying that the Negro woman is the backbone in the Negro man's house, as if we don't even exist or count. That's against the rule. It's against God's nature. God never places a woman to rule and have authority over men. And anyone that comes in such teaching, it goes against the nature of God, should be accursed. That's the Bible. So in this hour of poisoning, it's very dangerous, because it's leading the homes into danger. We are in danger. People, we are in danger. If there ever was a time for a man to be in his children's life, now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time for the man to be in the household with his wife. Now is the time for him to take his rightfully place. Now is the time for the women to stop fighting him and let him be a husband to her. Stop looking across the bridge, across the street. Stop looking into these different areas, because the man is made to be in the house for his wife and for the children. And it's just that time. We're having so much difficulty in our homes. And I know, because my home is under attack. Let me tell you, I'm not going to get into any details about it, but my home is under attack even as I speak. But I know one thing: don't fight. Let God fight. If we men would shut our mouth, oh God God would take care of business, but at the same time, stand the ground and walk in authority. God has given us to walk in, and he would take care of the rest. I want you to know, men, be faithful no matter what. Take care of your business no matter what. Do what is right to do no matter what. And when you go to God to talk about or to deal with the wife you married to, I am a witness, even as I speak right now, that God is in the midst of my situation and he's dealing with the situation that I'm dealing with right now. I have too much information to show, but I won't show it. But let me tell you, God will work, and he will work on it, and he will move immediately if we will learn to shut our mouth and take care of business. That's one thing my granddaddy taught me when I was growing up. Be less of a talker, but more in action. I'm going to say it again. Less of talking and more in action. I tell people all the time, when I'm talking to you and coming towards you and talking to you, you have no worration. But the minute I get quiet on you, that's when you better get nervous and worry, because now something is getting ready to come up the road for you, and boom, it's going to happen. And it's not going to have nothing to do with me going to do nothing. I'm not sitting out working nothing against you. I'm not doing anything to cause a problem. I serve a God that will move instantaneously when I pray. And I don't pray all the time. Let me tell you, I don't bother God all the time, because when I need him, I don't want congested up line. You know, we just keep talking to God, and by talking to God, and he can't even go and take care of what we need to take care of, because we study sending prayers up. I don't send prayers up. I send praises up. I send thankfulness up. I send glory to his name up to him, to tell him, I thank you for ruling over me as a man. I thank you for allowing me to be a man. And I thank you for choosing me from birth to be a man. And since you've done that, I'm going to walk into the shoes of being a man. This is what I tell God that I want to do him to do for me. Just keep me straight. And long as he keep me straight, he going to keep the woman underneath me straight. And when he get through there, he going to deal with the children underneath me straight. And anything that I touch, he's going to keep it straight, because he's giving me the orders and instruction to walk in. So it's time for men to come to be men. Stop your arguing. Stop your fighting. When me and my wife have difficulties, and she probably going to kill me when she see this. And if I die, y'all know she did it. But I tell my wife, when we can't talk to each other and we get upset, I don't want to talk. I'm going to go in another room, you go in here, and we're going to sit down, and as time go by, I'm not going to say a word. I'm just, because if you say, sometimes you keep talking, and most times you keep talking, you're going to say the wrong thing to that person. And when you say it to them, it's hard to take back. And I know my mouth is ruthless, and I can say some things to you that'll hurt your feelings on a massive level. And I don't want her to know that I won't hurt her feeling. I want her to know that I straight want to be a good husband to it. And some of y'all that be on Facebook, y'all watch my pictures and watch certain things and seeing certain things where I'm always buying stuff and putting things in the room for hiding in the closet, and then putting them in between the sheets and under the pillows. I'm always buying her something, because I want her to know at all times she's always loved and will always be loved by me. Now, here's the deal, and like I told my wife, here's a story, and I'm going to share this with you, and then we're going to get up out of here and get on to with this pause, and that is this. I told my wife the story that I heard told before, and it was a man riding down the street, and his wife was sitting right next door to him, and he had his arm around her, and they were just riding down the street. And then all of a sudden, while riding down the street, they started having some difficulties and some arguments, and some other things started happening. And then she got mad and pulled his arm off him around, and she still was sitting in the middle of the truck, and they kept talking, and they got into a much better argument, much more deeper argument. And then she slid over to by the door and put her arm on the wrist, and she was just sitting against the window, and they kept arguing, going back and forth with each other, going back and forth. And then finally she rolled the window down, because she did not want to hear what he was saying. But when he said the right thing, he said, "Look at here. I love you, woman. You know I love you." She rolled rolled the window up and said, "What did you say?" He said, "You know I love you. You know I love you." And then he started talking kind to her and sweet to her. She eased back over them by him. And then next thing you know, he was talking to her. She took his arm, put it back around her. And she said this. Now I want you men to really catch this story at the end. Catch this. She asked him, "Why, when y'all moved over there and let the window down, why didn't you come out to me?" He said, "Because I'm driving the truck. And if I'm driving this truck and lose control of the truck, I'm going to kill me and you both." He said, "Listen to me. I am the man, and right now I'm driving. And the point of it is I must get us from point A to point B." And he said to her, "My job, I kept doing. You left your position. I didn't leave you. You left me." So he told her, "See, you went that way just to come all the way back where you was in the beginning. My job is never leave my spot. No matter how upset you is, no matter how mad you are, my responsibility is not to leave the duties that I'm assigned to." And I want to say to all of you men, do not leave your children vulnerable. Do not leave your wife vulnerable, because your wife is vulnerable and subject to the enemy and attacks on every hand. Yes. Oh, my favorite girl just came on, Jody. Hey, Jody, how are you? So I want to say to the men tonight, during this pause, don't let nothing outside seep into your mind to decaffeinate you from your responsibility, to cut you off from your responsibility. Don't let nothing cause you to get out of your chair of your responsibility. You do right. I promise you, God gonna cause right to come back to you. In this hour, I'm doing right, and I'm waiting on right to come back to me. And what's going to happen is, good evening, Miss Pickney. What's going to happen is God's going to straighten up things in front of you. And I'm done with the word he's getting ready. I am done with the word getting ready. He is doing it, and he's doing it now. The God that I serve moves instantaneously. He moves quickly, and he comes very fast and swift. He comes very strong, and he comes in and he takes care of business. We as men have to learn to stay in our position and let God be God and we be men, which he created us to be. So, and what I'm telling you tonight, be strong, men. I know it hurts. Be strong. I know it makes you feel bad. They don't even think of you on Christmas and these different holidays. It hurts. Let me tell you something. Stay strong no matter what. No matter what comes and goes. Don't you be moved by no one's behavior, because the strong, listen to me real good, the strong shall bear the infirmity of the weak. If you strong, then why are you wimping out when she do something weak? I want to ask that again. Why is it that you're wimping out when she do strong, when she do weak things? You must bear the infirmity of the weak. She could be doing whatever. Bear it, because you can handle it. You can handle it. And I want to say tonight, I asked the question before, and I want to ask it again. Woman, if your husband, ask your husband, would he die for you? And if he say he wouldn't die for you, don't get mad. Find out why he won't die for you. Ask that question. Why wouldn't you die for me? Because in the book, it tells us in the book of Matthew that love your wife, even as Christ loved church, even laying down your life for your wife. Not girlfriend, wife. Some of y'all doing wifely duties in a girlfriend status. You can't do that. No. So if he died for you, that means he loved you. But if he won't die for you, find out why he won't die for you. And then don't get mad. Fix the situation with him. Fix the situation with him. Fix it. And then ask him, will you die for me? And you watch it. You watch it, woman. You watch it. You believe what I'm telling you. He will tell you then, yes, I'll die for him. I'll die for you, baby. I love you so much. I love you so much. Huh? I love you so much, yeah, baby, I die. Y'all want to hear, I love you so much, I'll drink your bath water. That's what y'all like to hear. I love you so much. Let me pour some wine in your belly button and drink from it. I love you so much. Let me kiss you all over. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all like. I love you so much, girl, that I can't make it without you. I love you so much until I don't want to live without you. Y'all like that. You like that kind of talk. You like that kind of talk. And there is nothing wrong with that kind of talk. However, is your behavior, is your duty as a wife adding up to that type of responsibility? Now, if a man got to die for you, woman, what is your responsibility to him? Should you lie on him? Should you lie to him, lie on him, keep secrets, deep secrets? Would you put your family and your children before your husband? Would you put your grandchildren before your husband? Would you put your job before your husband? Would you do any of these things against your husband? That's the question. Because see, if you want your husband to be there to die for you, you must then put up a certain level that you never put up in your life. Meaning is you must become sold out to your husband. Nah. Y'all don't do the new vows nowadays. What is that new vow? What is that new vow? You shall obey your husband. Obey. Obey. We ain't doing no obey. We partners in the marriage. God ain't never told you to be no partner. He told you to be one. No longer a twain, but one. You supposed to be together. When you speak, woman, you supposed to be speaking on the behalf of your husband. Not for you, but on the behalf of your husband, because your last name changed to his last name. That's why they ask you at the altar when you do the wedding, who speaks for this woman? The daddy steps up and says, I speaks for this woman. And who give this woman to be this man's wife? The dad stands up and says, I give this man the right to have my daughter. You see, she's spoken for at all times. You see, she's spoken for at all times. Something is wrong, ladies, when you are not spoken for. I know you're not married. I know you're alone, but you still should have a dad. If your dad is gone, you got an uncle. If you don't have an uncle, you got a brother. There is a male around that still speaks for you. If no male wants to speak for you, you may want to check yourself out. Now, I know you don't want to hear it, but I don't care. If you don't want to be on here, beat it. Find somewhere else to go. Because, see, it's time for the lies to stop around here. We've taught against our own home. We went to church, and the pastor the pastor teaches to give the woman more power than they give the man, and that's not right. We teaching this and we allowing this to happen. We're watching, and it's wrong. Now the woman go home and thinks she can rule her husband. Huh? For some tithes and offering, you would do that? How much is the preacher in the window? Y'all need to check out Earl Carter, Dr. Earl Carter. How much is the preacher in the window? You cheat. You're just cheap. You'll sell your soul for $1 and bewitch these women to believe something that shouldn't be. It's time to get back to family in the church. It's just time to get back to the way God set structure and order for the family. I believe it's time. And the families, this poison done tore up families left and right. I'm watching it. I've seen it. I've seen it and I watched it left and right. This poison is just tearing people up. It's tearing up so many families. Some of these preachers on here now watching. You know you under attack in your house with your family. The enemy running rapidly. Wife mouth just loose. Just running like a liquor line. Running in the house with fire coming to it. Just like the faucet just running. And you don't know what to do. Let me tell you something what you do. Here's what you do. You don't fight your wife. You don't put your hands on her. You don't hit her. You don't beat her. You don't do any of that. What you do is you take yourself in there for God and you said that if I marry this woman and I love her and treat her right, that you will give me favor. Now, the favor that you giving me, this woman's attitude is terrible. What do I do now? And then watch him go in there and straighten her out. You might not like the way he going to straighten her out, but he's going to straighten her out. You have to let him be God and you be man. So this poisoning thing that we're dealing with it's affecting home. It's affecting on the job. It's affecting in the church. You can't hardly let your children go to church now because you don't know who in the church going to molest them. Gonna stick poisoning in them, and our daughters grows up and they just hot tamales. I'm not afraid to say it. I got some daughters of mine too. Hot tamales. They ready to, their hormones go crazy and they go out there and get themselves caught up in some things and when they get out there and with those young boys, that's all they know. They going crazy. Hormones is going crazy. Then they come home talking crazy to you, and you trying to figure out what's wrong with them. I tell you what's wrong with them. The young boy done stuck some poison in their ear, and if it ain't, oh Lord, let me just stop right here. If it ain't the boy, you got to really now watch out for the girls. Lord Jesus, the girls just laying up with the girls now like it's normal behavior. Poison. You see this? This poison can come in 3, 4, 5 different directions. This poison, it can come in 3, 4, 5 different directions and more than that. But either way it goes, you got to remember that your house is under attack at all times. And with this strong man being in the house, when the strong man being in the house is under attack, the bind, you better remember, ladies, when he comes under attack, you don't know what's lying doorman waiting on you. You think you going and doing the things that you get to your husband, makes you easy and get by. You don't know why the enemy set you up to do what it do, because now you ain't got no head over you, ain't got no covering over you. So if this man is bound and put up and put away, who gonna protect you? The enemy knows how to attack. He ain't just learned how to attack. He been know how to attack. This man loved this woman so much. I got to get this man out from around her, because once I get this man out from around her, I know I can get to her and I can do whatever I need to do to her. You set yourself up, woman, for that. You set yourself up to get ate up by the enemy. And the enemy laying doorman sitting there looking at you, watching you, and getting ready to eat you alive. You remove your hedge, your protector. You move the covering. This man loves you. This man takes care of you. This man treats you like this here. He takes care of you. And you get mad for a split second and do something crazy. And now your head and your covering is not there to protect you. You did this to your own self. Whatever the enemy do to you, so be it. And let me tell you something. I hear some of you on here lying. Well, yeah, God is my protector. He gonna take care of me. He gonna do that. Let me tell you something. When God gives you a husband, that's his responsibility. God don't override the man's responsibility. He does not override. I'm going to say that again so some of y'all can really get this. God do not override the husband's responsibility to please you. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do it. That man has an obligation to do until he die. And that's to love you and protect you and take care of you. And if you remove your hedge from around your own self, you are now accessible and vulnerable for the devil to eat you alive. And whatever he do to you, nobody can stop it. Because you know why? The only one would understand how to stop the enemy from attacking you, tearing you down, is the man that God placed over you and said he loved you, and that was his job, is to protect you. You've done it to your own self. So you can't cry. You can't get upset. Then you want to go in there, get on your knees. I want to talk to you, Lord. I need your help. No, he don't want to hear you because you don't want to hear your husband. And that's something else I want to touch tonight. This is poison that lying doorman with woman. She believes that she can go over above her husband's head and talk to God and simply do what she wants to do, how she wants to do it, when she have to do it. How she wanted. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you women something right now. There is structure. The child has a mother over it, and the mother has a husband over her, and the husband has Jesus over him, and Jesus have God over him. How do I look to take myself over to around Jesus thinking I'm going to go talk to God? Now, if I can't do that, what makes you think, woman, you can go around your husband and talk to Jesus? This is not an opinion. This is facts. You've been lied to in the church and told that, told this, and told that, told this. You are not to ever go over your husband's head for anything. Wife, obey your husband, for this is the will of God. It did not even tell you to love us. It told you to obey us, and it told man to love you, even as Christ have loved the church and laid down his life for the church. So shall you do that for your wife. So if the husband got to die for his wife, how important is it for the woman to obey her husband? I don't get much help there, but I'm there. And I'm not for sale. I don't come to revivals for money. I'm fine in life. I don't do in and out relationships with churches and in the bed with ministry because I want to be on the popular stage. No. I'm popular. I'm just not popular to foolishness. I'm real. Most preachers that understand where I'm coming from. If I'm asked to come to your area and you invite me, they already know. The truth is going to be the truth. I ain't raising no money for you to send your children to college. I ain't raising no money for you to go down there and get no Bentley. I ain't raising them. I'm raising the money for God, and that money better stay in the house of God. If it don't, I pray that God visit you, and you don't want that. So I'm going to tell you the truth. Structure and order need to be put back in the house of God. Structure charity begins at home. If we can get it together at the house, certainly we can get it together at the church. If we can't get it together at the house, something is wrong in the church. I'm going to say it again. Charity starts at home. Get it together in the house. Then you can kick it to the church. Yes. And then you can win in the church. But if you corrupt at the house, you already know the church going to be corrupt because the head is corrupt. The head, where they say, he that heals a leper must not be one himself. That's the Bible. And that's the book. I want you to hear the truth because poison have led us to be out of order. We are just completely out of order here in this church. We are completely out of order. When I say we are out of order in this church, we are out of order. We are completely out of order. Completely out of order. Completely. That's what we are. We're completely gone out of order. We want to do what we want to do. We want to say what we want to say. And it's not God. Let me just tell you, it is not of God. We have to do it the way the Bible say, not the way the courthouse say, not the way somebody else telling you, but the way of the Bible. What does the Bible say about us? The Bible said that we should follow peace with all men. Holiness without no man shall see God. We have to become that man and that woman that God has designed us to be in this marriage. We have to. We have to. We have no choice. He ordained this. Man did not ordain this. He ordained this. So our thoughts tonight on this poison is very is leaking. And it has gotten into the man, it's gotten into the woman, and it got into the children. And now we wonder why the enemy is running rampant in our household. It's running rampant in our household. The enemy is running rapidly in our household. He is. And there is nothing. When I say nothing, there's nothing we are doing about it. We're just letting this thing happen. Our children are becoming homosexual sons. Our daughters are becoming lesbian. Our sons and daughters just messed up now. We'll let anything happen to our children. Oh, but men, when we get on our knees, we talk about when the women get on their knees and pray. What about when we get on our knees? What about when we get on our knees and pray? It's time for us to get back to getting on our knees and going into prayer and pray and talk to God. And I want to say this tonight while I'm on here. Talk to God, brother. Don't be afraid. Just go talk to him. I know you're like me. You don't like bother them and worry them about certain things. Something that you can handle on earth, you go ahead on and handle. I get you because I'm the same way. I don't bother him. I like to pray when I need something that's out of my hands and my control to get it. That's when I like to pray. I like to pray then. When I can't, the impossible. You know, if my wife say, I want a $550,000 home, not 500. That's just two. That's two. Well, I can use that example, but she say I want a $2.9 million home. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Wait just a minute here. Wait just a minute. Now, we talking about a house now. That was, $2.9 million. Yeah. Wait a minute here. Now, that might be a little bit out of my league there, but I don't know if I can make it happen. Then if I look and see that there's a problem with it happening, then it is my responsibility to go to God and say, now, I need your help. Now, this woman been good to me. She taken care of me. She never did me nothing wrong. She been fair to me. Now, it's time for me to come to you because I need to give her what she need. I need to give her what she need, God, what she wants. She wants this house. She don't need it, but she wants it. I'm sorry about using the word need, but she wants this house. And I need your help to give it to her because this woman been too good to me not for me to give it to her. And God will give you favor. He'll give you land. He'll give you what you need to help bring things into. But woman, you're going to have to get in your rightfully place. So when you ask for something, you cannot be denied. I'm going to say it again. When you get in your rightfully place and ask your husband for something, you cannot be denied. I'll show you why you can't be denied. Some of y'all on here, you've been in an argument. I know I was dating a girl and I was in a real argument, got into a fight in the streets as a young man. I was going with this girl and we were going together and I was fighting this dude and, I win some, lose some. And sometimes you ran, sometimes you didn't run, but you fought. And that particular day, I was in the middle of the fight and of course, I was winning, and when you get that adrenaline going, it's hard to come down off of that adrenaline you have, and we got to fight, and I was winning, getting the best of him, and I wanted to make him an example. And while I was in the middle of that, the girl that I was dating walked up to me and said, "Come on here, you stop this." Now I'm angry, cussing. I'm gonna say that again, young, cussing like a Salem, fighting and upset and swinging. But that woman that I was with at that time walked up to me while I was fighting this man and got between me and this man and Doing while she was in the middle. I never hit her, swung around her. I swung around her, but I never hit her, and she was in the middle, and she was steady putting on my clothes. You stop this. You come on here. You come on here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on here. Let's go. Let's go. Pulling on me now. I'm fighting now. How in the world can a woman walk up to a man that's fighting and pull on him, and he never hit her, never punch her, never cuss out, never pay anything to attention, nothing does anything but pay attention to her, and she pulling on him. You better be glad she here. You better be glad my baby here. Now you mad, but this woman got right there in between. My baby here. Yeah, you better be glad because I finished this. Yeah, I finished this. Now, look how mad that man is. And that woman walks up to him in an angry situation and able to pull him out of there without him hitting her, pushing her down, shoving, cussing out, anything. That's the power you have, woman, and you don't even know what kind of power you have. Maybe I need to do a subject on that. The power of a woman. I may need to do a topic, show you how powerful you are biblically and naturally and spiritually. Maybe I need to do that to show you the power that you have, because you got a lot of power in your mouth, but it can tear up a lot of stuff. A foolish woman would tear her house down, but a wise woman would build her home. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. A foolish woman would tear her house down, but a wise woman builds her home. And she builds it how? Without poisoning in her system. So my final thoughts tonight with you on that is watch your home. Charity starts in home. Walk in the shoes that you walk in as a wife. Walk in the shoes that you walk in as a man. Don't let nobody poison you against your family. Don't let the streets poison you to come out into the streets and do more in the street than you would at home. Don't let nothing poison you again. Hold to your family. Put your hand, man, in God's hand, and then turn around and put your hand in the hands of Jesus. Let me just put it like that. Put your hands in Jesus' hand, and then wife, put your hands in your husband's hand, and then children, put your hands in your mother's hand. That way you won't have nobody, and outside people, outside things happen. People that get in your business, get in your ear and tell you to do certain things. You better stop listening to them, because misery loves company. And if they had it all together, they would have a husband sitting there with them. Now, if your husband beating on you, kicking and doing you any kind of way, why, yeah, you need to seek some type of help. I'm going to tell you, you need to seek some type of help. Your husband beating on you, kicking on you, doing all kinds of things he ain't got no business doing. You need to seek help. And there's nothing wrong with seeking help, but seek the right help. Don't seek the wrong help. Calling the police, and then your husband get in trouble. The next thing you know, he done got killed out there in the middle of the street because y'all done had an argument. Calling the police on him. That's not the answer, ladies. If the man ain't beating on you, y'all having an argument, go in the separate room and leave that man alone. Stop trying to force yourself on that man to listen to you and to hear you. We ain't going to hear you. I'm just going to tell you right now, the Bible says it's better for a man to be on a rooftop than to be in the house with a woman raising hell. Now, that's the Bible. We're not going to hear you. We are not going to hear you. We shut down even further when you keep harassing us and want us to talk to you. We shut down. We don't want to hear you. Because at that point, we're angry. Leave the man alone. Don't go out and lie on the man. Lord have mercy. Leave the man alone. And men, when she's upset, you go on about your way. You leave her alone too. I used to have it bad, get mad, and I'll leave the house. That's how things get worse. They think you're going to see a woman. You going to go see somebody? No, stay in the house. And keep your business. Let me just say this here to you too. Keep your business in your house. Because when you tell a person your business, that's how poison begins. Keep your business in your household. Running around, oh yeah, man, I tell you, man, we had it out last night, man, and this, that, and happened, and this happened, and that happened. Now, you done told your business. Now everything is tore down, and guess what? The same person that you telling your business to now have another rock they getting ready to add in and throw on you. Stop talking your business. Don't talk your business. Don't tell nobody. Y'all can have the worst argument in the world. Don't tell nobody your business. Keep your business in your household. Now, I'm going to say this again. Now, if the man beating on you, the man hitting on you, the man kicking you, the man is doing all kinds of things to you, you need to seek help. Get help. Hurry up. But the man that hit on a woman, he don't love her. Because he ain't going to beat on his own self. If he beat on his own self, you sure better get away from him. Because he crazy as a road lizard. You don't stay with a man that beat on you, baby. You go get help. You seek help, get help, and then go to counseling. Get him some help. Go to counseling and get the man some help, because that's what a wife would do. Not demolish him, not kick him, not get with other people and talk about the man. Put your husband down, destroy him, tear down his integrity and all that. How you expect for a man to provide for you and you do him like that? I stand correct. This poisoning ain't no joke. This poisoning is not a joke. It's real. That's right. Any type of abuse, you want to get some help. That's it. It's wrong and it ain't right. This poison, that my final thoughts on tonight, it starts at the home. It's in the home. It starts with the husband. It starts with the wife. And it gets with the children. And it tears down and it destroys the entire family. It keeps eating on it and eating on it and eating on it and eating on it and eating on it until it has now destroyed the entire family. Some of you on here now, you in a position where you are heading for a divorce. Divorce is not the answer. It can be the answer, but it's not the answer. Divorce is not the answer. It can be the answer, but it's not the answer. For richer or for poor, for better or for worse, until death do you part. You are locked into something with a commitment to it. You're locked into something with a commitment to it, and ain't no way out of it except for infidelity or death. Now, you could be spiritually dead now. I want you to pay attention to that too. You could be spiritually dead in the marriage. Oh, and you could commit spiritually infidelity. That's why he said first natural and then spiritual. You see, it can happen. Marriage is important. It's important, and not allow the third party. That's why he said, what God has joined together, these two, let no man put what? I'm going to let you finish that. He joined a man and a woman. There was never a third party when it came to marriage. Never, 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 ever. Do y'all hear me? Never, never, ever put a third party. Y'all hear me good? He never put a third party in marriage. He put man and woman together. That means is the man is the head and the woman is the follower, and she is the greatest thing of him because she is the sovereign side of him. She's the part from that rib cage. She is that rib cage. And if you know anything about a rib cage, it protects the heart, it protects the lungs. Y'all gonna talk to me? It protects his organs and the whole 9 yards. That's what the rib cage does. It protects. Now, you know your position as this woman. How in the world you gonna let the enemy get to your husband like you got to him? You supposed to be his protector. Let him know the enemy is up on him. Not run to the enemy for help. Lord Jesus. So this poisoning, as I close up on this poisoning, in your household, the enemy wants to get a hold to the man. And if he can get his hands on the man, he can get the woman and the children. I'm going to say it again. If he can get his hands on the man, he got his hands on the woman and the children. Woman, you are accessible for the enemy to destroy you. I'm going to say it again. If he gets the hands on your husband, woman, you are going to be dealt with badly. You're going to wish that your husband wasn't removed from your area. It's coming. Some of you women that are on here now, you done remove your husband from around you. You done did some things you ain't had no business doing. Don't worry. And some of you on here now, and some of you gonna view this later, you gonna know what that means. The enemy tearing your head up and he doing stuff. Got you in a position now that you up against the wall. You don't know which way to go, what to do. You don't know where to turn. You don't know what's going on. But if that head was there, your covering, your protector was there, you wouldn't be in this mess you in now. You bring it on yourself, woman. You brought this on yourself. You brought this on yourself. My right eye jumping, that means I'm hitting something. I'm seeing something here. My right eye done with the jumping on me. It's something that's going on here, and I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Because some of you women's on here right now, you are under attack like no other. And you trying to figure out why you under attack like you under. Let me tell you something. You better go back and get your head back where you supposed to be. You better get to your head. I don't care if he in California and you over there in Hawaii. You better drop what you're doing and get back to your head. Nothing more important than your head and your covering that God placed over you. You got to get back to your head. You got to get back to your head. You got to get back to your head. Your head is your covering. Now, if your head done committed adultery, your marriage over with. If your head done died, it's over with. You don't have a covering. Your covering is back to your father. It's back to your bloodline. Whatever male is in your bloodline, that's your covering. But I'm telling you right now, and right what's going on, your husband is your head. If he is not covering you and things are going on like they're going, it ain't going to stop until you get back there. It ain't going nowhere. Let me be the one to break the barrel of bad news for you. You can make all the money you want to make in the world. It is no good if you don't have what God gave you. You just working with a hole in the bag. Your money gonna hit the ground. And same thing with the man. Man, if you're not protecting your wife and you are not there, and you don't have a reason why you are not there taking care of your wife, let me tell you something. Everything you touch gonna fold. It's gonna burn up. Everything you got gonna go in the trash can. Everything you have is going to go directly in the trash can. You will not win from this situation. You will not win. I promise you. Been there, and done it. You will not win from this situation. Everything you work for is going to go in the trash can. You are going to lose on every hand because your first responsibility is to that woman. Your first responsibility to her. And God ain't going to bless you to do what you want to do as a man when you gave you structure and order when it's time to take care of your wife. Yours going to crumble too. You're going to lose money. You're going to be tormented. You're going to lose everything you got your hands wrapped around. Every time, and some of you on here, and some of you going to watch it later. Every time you go to touch something, you're trying to figure out why. Why is this not working? Why is this not clicking in? Why is this not happening? Why is this happening? Why is this? God, you want to figure out why is all this happening. You see what I'm saying? You see, it's going to take everything from you until you go back to where you're supposed to be. Nothing is going to go right for you. There will be no success for you, man. None. We like to target the women, but we don't want to tell the truth about what's going to happen to us as being men. As men, we have a responsibility. We have a duty. We have a duty to take care of God's business. It is a mandate on us. It is a mandate on the woman. So, in the conclusion of this, and I've said this several times, but I'm closing out now. In the conclusion of this matter, what I'm saying to you tonight is get the poison out of your system. I know your mother did this way. I know your grandmother did it this way. I know your granddaddy did it this way. I know your uncle did it this way. But it don't work. What worked for your mother will not work for you. What worked for your father will not work for you. What worked for your grandparents not going to work for you. What worked for others will not work for you. You have to do it the way God told you to do it for yourself. And Judgment Day, there will be no family standing with family members in judgment. We all going to stand before God by ourselves. So in the household, it's only for the man to stand and take care of his business. It's only for the woman to stand and take care of her responsibility. No copycats. You don't get a chance to copy out. You don't get a chance to copy out and say that God said this and you did this here because your auntie said this here and you didn't do what God. You don't get a chance to copy out. You're on your own with that. Get the poison out of you, man. My final thought, get the poison out of you, woman. And y'all both get together and get the poison out of your children. Your children is gay. Go talk to your children. Sometimes you just need the parents to talk to the children. Just talk to them. Go and talk to them and say, this is wrong. I didn't talk to you about this. This is wrong. Go and talk to them. Things that your children, sometimes they're doing drugs. Go talk to your children. Talk to them and get it out of them. You made them. God entrusted you to make them. He's entrusting you to be the hedge over them. Now, when they get grown, you're done with them. They can smoke weed all they want to because the Bible said, train the child up in the way it should go. When it get old, it shall not and will not depart. That means, ladies and gentlemen, once you have raised them, put the word of God in them, then once they grown, you did your responsibility. No need to worry. They're going to go astray, but the Bible says they shall come back. They cannot die until they come back. So why are you worrying? You should get some sleep at night. You should get some sleep at night. You should not worry, because God got them in their hand, and that's a strong thing for the women to do, is to put the things of they're supposed to in the hands of God. Put it in the hands of God and leave it alone. Walk away. Let him have it. He knows what he's doing. He's going to take care of it, and you're going to come out shining. You're going to come out full of gold. You're going to come out with the winner. You shall win it. You're going to be a winner. You're going to be a winner on top of a winner. And those are my final thoughts tonight. Now, I do want to update you. Eagle Eye Fellowship International Churches, we're no longer doing bishops. I'm no longer ordaining bishops. I'm closing that chapter out with the Eagle Eye Fellowship. They're no longer, in fact, I don't wish for anyone to call me bishop anymore. I'm not into titles, but if you're going to address me with a title, address me with apostle or prophet. And that was the first title that God gave me himself in the beginning, according to the book of Isaiah, the 42nd chapter. That's what he made me in the beginning. And then I started setting churches in structure and order, which moved me from being the bishop to an apostle. And the word bishop is a man-made title. It just says that any man that desires the office of a bishop desires to do a great work. Now, some of y'all been bishop for 50 years. Now it's time for you to be apostle, because now you done set churches in structure and order. And now you are going on and you still wearing a title that don't even fit you. So we're getting back to the fivefold ministry, the fivefold ministry for the church. We're getting back to that. I've already notified all the bishops in the Eagle Eye Fellowship, pastors and elders and all of them, that we're reconstructing. And I want to say to a lot of you that's on here that are leaders, I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, and I know it's getting bad. I know some of you have quit and walked out, don't want to. And I've had quite a bit to confess to me that I'm no longer qualified to be a big pastor. I'm no longer qualified to be a bishop. And they walked out their church, walked off and left the church building, left everything to the Eagle Eye Fellowship, and it's a church that's just sitting down there empty, fully loaded and ready to go to be used, and they've just walked out. They're giving up like left and right. These pastors, they're walking away. They don't even want the responsibility of the church anymore. They're just leaving it. They have left, and they're leaving, signing the deeds over to Eagle Eye Fellowship, and this is happening everywhere, all over the place. These leaders are turning in. They're saying, my mama told me, my auntie said I was going to not listen to them, and I became something that I was not ever supposed to be. I wasn't called. I wasn't chosen. I wasn't ordained to be this. They walked out and they have left ministry, and the churches are just closed up. And now I got to try to figure out how to put another leader into the church and go here and go there. And I'm not going to call nobody's name, but I want to say to you preachers that's on here, you say God called you, you say God chose you, okay, God chose you. But if he didn't, and somebody talked you into doing this work, somebody told you got a head like a preacher, somebody told you walk like a preacher, and your speech is real good, and you know how to flatter with your words and all that. If someone has told you this, and you know you're not chosen by God, and you're not called by God, throw it down. Put it down. Why kill yourself in the process of this? Why destroy yourself in the process of this? Go ahead and throw it down and confess your sins to your leader, and let him go before and straighten out for you. And that way you can get your rest at night. You can get some sleep at night, not up being tormented doing something that you don't want to do and causing you to have a nervous breakdown and commit suicide. Throw it down. Throw it down. Do not be afraid and scared to throw it down. I've had several leaders to call me in the last 6 months, and they are throwing it down. Throwing it down, crying on the phone, saying I wasn't supposed to be doing this, and they throw it down. And guess what? I respect them to the utmost because they throwed it down. But I don't have respect for someone who keeps on doing ministry. No, you're not chosen or called to do it. You're dangerous to yourself and others too. You're just out here causing a nuisance. You're using the church as as a place to be held, a platform to be heard, because you're not heard in your home. You're not heard on your job. You're not heard in the street. You're using the church as a platform for revenue, getting money, and getting a name through the church. Oh, God. Oh, God. Throw it down. And don't be afraid. You can call me. You can call me. You can call me. Yeah, 346-815-8709. You can call me. Don't be afraid. Call me. I'll talk with you about it. I'll help you do it without your name being embarrassed, without anything. I'll fix it for you. I'll show you how to do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it, because if it's not you, it's not you, but you're endangering yourself and your family by doing it. It's becoming a plague to you. Can't you see these preachers dying? Look up on here on Facebook. Look up on Twitter. Every time you look around, there's a leader dying. God is killing the leaders like no other. I told y'all this was coming. Throw it down. So we're getting back to the fivefold ministry, where we'll become active and very strong in every community where we're sitting at. We're reconstruction. And I want you to pray with us as we interviewing different candidates for the general lady for the entire fellowship. We're looking for the general lady to lead the women's department during this time. Be praying for us as we are making that area and moving into the arena, as we are looking to seek to complete that mission. Also in June, we'll be having our holy convocation, holy convention in June, around about the middle of June. I think my birthday is the 17th, so I'm going to sacrifice that week. And Father's Day, I think Father's Day is that Sunday as well. I look at the calendar, but we're looking into the middle of June to have our first convention, our holy convocation, virtual. We're going to have it virtual, and we might be at headquarters and bring in the speakers and be virtual there, or we will bring them in from on Zoom and to the Facebook account, so that you'll be able to be a part of it, so they can be at their own platform and give the word out in the church on their own platform, and we'll be able to deal with that. So certainly I want you to be praying for us as we're heading to that arena. I don't know when the churches of Eagle Eye Fellowship may open up, but I do know this is the time to get to your house and put the blood over your doorposts and stay in your tents. I watched these children go out in Miami and all over the place for the spring break, and a lot of them is sick with the coronavirus, and it's more deadly than it was the first one. And then I was looking on the news that a lot of the Negroes, blacks, as you say, that make you happy, because the word black means wicked, scum, and terrible. You need to understand that you need to understand where the word white and black came from. It came from slavery. It came from that. You are not a black person. There is no color in human being. None. But if you want to call yourself black, that's your problem. But I'm going to tell you, you are from the Negro ethics. Okay? So, but anyway, they gave a lot of the Negroes the shot, and it's come to find out it wasn't even the shot that they supposed to have been giving you. People done went back 3 and 4 times. 3 and 4 times to get this so-called shot. And they were giving you the wrong medicine, just giving you something. Just giving you something. Y'all better check into it. Let me tell you something. Can't nothing protect you from the wrath of God. I want to you hear me good as I'm getting ready to exit off of this box. Can't nothing protect you from the wrath of God. But if you pray, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, seek my face, and then turn. I want you to understand what the word turn, this is my hand, turn from your wicked ways. Then shall I hear from the heavens, and I'll heal the land. Oh God, I'll heal the land, and I'll heal it, and I'll take care of you. But you got to pay attention to what God is saying. This land is cursed, and we're walking on cursed land. Y'all better hear me good. And there ain't no medicine gonna stop the wrath of God. You better hear what I'm telling you. You better take your eyes off this world. Yes, God, my eyes done went to jumping again. You better take your eyes off this world and put your eyes on God. You better get on your knees and get saved, filled with the Holy Ghost, and that with the evidence of speaking in tongues. Not some classroom you went to, and all of that. You better go and let God get in your mouth, get in your heart, get all in your stomach, get all in your mind. Wrap up yourself and tell him to wrap himself up in you. All around. You better learn. You're going to learn, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You're going to learn God is a serious business thing here on this earth. You better believe it, and you better get to it, and you better move quickly, because this was the first wave. The second wave is on its way now, and it's deadlier than the first. And the only thing going to hide you is the blood of Jesus. The blood, the blood, the blood. I feel like preaching. I'm about to holler in here. Oh, God, the blood, the blood. We got to get back to the blood. We left the blood. We've left our blood behind. We've kicked God out of his house. Won't let him in because we want to have our words and our way. Better get back to God, ladies and gentlemen. I'm closing. I'm getting out of here. My time to inspire. And I got to get out of here, but I'm looking to be back on tomorrow night. I'm coming back on tomorrow night with a strong topic. I'll give you the topic throughout tomorrow. Give you the topic and what it's going to be about. And we're going to go in and we're going to get off into it deeply and discuss some real deal habits and some other things that's going on with this subject. And I mean, it's real too. We talked about the poison, but we finna move on. We got closure to the poison tonight. That's it. You get the poison out of your system. You got to get that out. Nobody else can but you. I'm exiting. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Good night. Yeah.